News Nation's Libbey Dean is live at Mar-a-Lago for us. So my first question to you is, with all of the nominees named, what's next?
Hey, Adrienne. So what's next is the Senate confirmation process, and it would be incredibly unlikely for one of Trump's cabinet appointee picks to not be approved in the Senate. Not because there hasn't been controversial picks in the past who have faced an uphill battle, but because we've seen those controversial picks actually step aside if they think that they're not going to hit that 50-vote threshold in the Senate. And a perfect example of this actually happened just this last week with former Florida Congressman Matt Gaetz, who stepped aside from being Trump's attorney general when we saw those sex trafficking allegations come against him, as well as facing the potential of that investigation from the ethics committee and that probe being released. Now, we could see Trump try and avoid this Senate confirmation process entirely by instead going another route and trying to use the recess appointment process. That would, of course, require a 10-day recess in the Senate and the next incoming Senate Majority Leader, John Thune's, agreement to do so. Adrienne?
And I know that Majority Speaker Thune has said, all ideas are on the table as far as getting these folks confirmed, including that extended recess. VP-elect J.D. Vance is, of course, an outgoing senator. He knows how the Senate works. What role has he been a part of in terms of confirmation?
Vance is playing a major role in this confirmation process because of those key relationships that he's built over the years on the Hill. Just this past Wednesday, we saw him on the Hill with Matt Gaetz, traipsing through the halls, really talking with senators, trying to drum up those votes that he would need to get confirmed. Of course, then we saw, as I mentioned, Matt Gaetz pull away from that nomination. But Vance was back on Thursday again with Pete Hegseth, which is Trump's pick for Secretary of Defense. And they were again in the halls working for those votes, hoping to get a majority to get Hegseth confirmed there. Now, in the time between that, we've seen Vance here at Mar-a-Lago helping with the transition team, but going back and forth between Mar-a-Lago and D.C., trying to get these appointees across the finish line as we near Inauguration Day.
Yeah, and it seems like it's right around the corner, just like everything else, including Christmas. Libbey, circling back to the DOJ, how can President Trump act on his reported intent for the Department of Justice?
So this overhaul that Trump has promised, Adrienne, of the Department of Justice really starts by looking at the top, and he's replacing all those top-level officials. But you take a look at who he's replacing them with, and it's 3 of his personal attorneys. It's Attorney General Pam Bondi, or incoming Attorney General if she is confirmed by the Senate, as well as Todd Blanche and Emil Bovee, who are Trump's attorneys in that hush money case. Those 3 at the helm of things here. And we'll see how Trump handles his power here in the Department of Justice. There's a lot of speculation, but what we do know is that Trump's first promise is to fire Jack Smith. But Jack Smith, he might not actually get the opportunity to do that, given Jack Smith has said that he's going to resign prior to Trump even taking office. Now, the other promise reportedly is that Trump is planning to reinvestigate the 2020 election. So we'll see how all of this plays out, of course.
Thanks so much for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.